go 20, but when I was in Boston, I had the career-ending injury, and I was only making $1 million, and I wasn't the same Shaq, so I was like, I'm not coming back. But you got your ring.
Yeah.
And he's still killing it, bro.
Yes. I did. You made the Pro Bowl this year.
Congratulations to both. Growing up, was there? I asked this question because me and my brother always had competition.
Yeah. Yes.
No, I mean like really competitions. So,
yes.
Susan,
Over basketball.
give us the story.
I was the older brother, so I was always the bigger one. I was winning most of the competitions growing up. And I was a junior in high school. Trav was a freshman. He had just gotten to be taller then. He was always more athletic, but I was ahead of him. So he just hit puberty.
So he's feeling himself.
He's feeling himself, and I'm getting pissed off that he's feeling himself. We're out in the backyard, and he starts just driving and doing this stupid little hook shot over like this shoulder. It wasn't a hook shot, but like a driving, like little, whatever that's called. And he is making it every single time, and I can't do anything to stop it. So of course I resort to foul him. The only way I know how to stop it. And he says, that's a foul. And I'm like, I don't see any refs out here. I don't see anybody calling it. He takes the ball, throws it at me, and goes to bounce. I'm like, this is throw this ball at me. So I go in there, I grab him on the shoulder, and I punch him. And listen, we would fight all the time. This is the second time I'd ever punched him. I don't know how I got that heat. Punched him in the face. And every time before that, in the face. And every time before that, he would cry or whatever. He took this punch, scooped me up off my feet, and slammed me on the kitchen table floor so hard, the oven got knocked off the rack.
What
like
the
what it was
fuck?
sitting on the,
How hard this nigga got slammed?
I get up in a full-on fist fight.
Wow.
Dad comes behind me to break it up, grabs me. Travis pushes me back on top of Dad, and the only thing that stopped the fight was my dad screaming, my ribs. We thought that we had hurt him, so we snapped out of it. But that's the last time we ever got in a fight.
Really?
Last fight we've ever been in. We were competitive in everything, and he was. You always knew at every level he was another level of athlete. You know what I mean?
I'm going to say something that people don't understand. You see those moments that you're talking about?
I'm good, Aurora. Did I pronounce that right?
I was gonna say
What's going on?
Reasoning with people because he was raised in a home where like
How you doing, Hannah?
not accepted and suck it up, and I can tell that you were raised in a
Robbie, what's going on?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm butchering everyone's names.
You
were like reminiscing.
Because right now you got earthly saying they shouldn't have done that, but look at who they are.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to drop it to
Third, fourth Super Bowl,
5 years. Yeah.
God damn.
Things that you go through toughen you up. Like, everybody thinks the locker room is supposed to be like this. I don't want a bunch of guys like this in my locker room. I want kumbaya in my room. So that's a beautiful story. The Big Podcast of Shaq is presented by The General. You know your boy Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 6 years, and now they want to give you a break when you need it. Flexible payment
Yes, sir.
options.
I'm good, though. How are you, though?
Flexible payment option that keep you covered. The ability to pick your due date.
Come on, Shaq.
And
You about this speech,
What speech?
the best man speech.
I didn't know if you were going retirement there. If you were...
It's gonna be Travis and Taylor, right?
no,
Hey, everyone's gonna be focused, bro. You got.
we're still in the
No, I just wanted to set him up because I knew he was gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
I didn't know if you were going retirement or just...
My question for you is: did you know what fame was?
No.
Until what did you learn about fame?
I don't know that I've learned. I've learned that it's crazy what it opens up, and it's amazing.
Oh, surprise one.
Shaquille style.
Surprise.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
And it's free because I know the owner.
And it's free as for me.
Thank you.
It's crazy what it opens up,
Oh my God.
opportunity-wise. It's crazy to feel how much joy you bring people, or how much you affect people's daily lives. Cultural definitely has its drawbacks for sure. I mean, way more than I do. And Travis knows way more than I. I mean, he had to completely move out of his house, right?
What? People were like coming by?
Yeah, people just staying by his house. I mean, same people.
Wow.
And the first day he moved into the new house,
They knew where he was already.
a gated community. Somebody knocks on the back door, window of the house. So,
What the
Because
fuck?
I know how low key y'all are.
Yeah.
Like I remember when you guys had that charity fashion show,
Yeah.
and it was just all of the boys that you grew up with.
Everybody from Little Nights.
Yeah, and that's the crew.
Yeah.
So there had to be some growing pains with all that stuff.
Yeah, we're still learning. And Travis, I mean, it's so. Listen, we've always been big in the football world, right? Travis, especially. The Taylor world and the pop culture world, that's a whole different level. Like, you're in a different. It's just an added level of. It's a new demographic that wasn't there before.
So if we, okay, go.
The key is to stay right.
Oh yeah, man. You gotta hop on that dope, brother.
Yeah.
Right, so
Like inking, like, do you do comics? Like, do you write stories? Normally, people that use the term inking, like,
trying to tell a story, like, so just I've been watching you, brother, a long time. I can tell you, some good, wholesome people. Just tell them, try not to wear. Always keep your head on the swivel now, because they're gonna be some crazy, but don't like. If you're not doing nothing, there's nothing to hide.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, like when I go out, I want to take a picture. Like, you know, one time I was coming out and they took a picture. I was like, I'm not married, so you can't.
I'm good.
You see what I'm saying? Growing up, you put helmets on the sandwich or Miracle Whip. I'm a helmet guy.
We never did the Miracle Whip. I still don't know what Miracle Whip is, to be honest with you.
I did it one time by accident.
Yeah.
Because I'm a helmets guy all the way. So shout out to Helmets, shout out to Big Chickens.
Travis not
you with Papa John too, ain't you?
Yes.
Shout out to Papa John.
This is Papa now. Yeah.
Papa John.
I had a question in terms of you say this to me all the time. You say you're one of those cool white guys. You know, you're not trying too hard. You and Travis are so different in the type of white guy. All right, Travis is I have 17 different pairs of fresh J's. You are, I want flip-flops.
Yeah.
In all, you're wearing them right now.
Yeah.
Did he take after mom? You took after dad? Like,
No, I think Travis, first of all, he played basketball. So he always loved basketball shoes. And he always liked basketball cultural things, right? So I think he was always big into all that stuff. I didn't play basketball. I played hockey, lacrosse, and it was just a different demographic.
yeah.
And I think Trav and I both are the same in the sense that we just do what we want. What we like, we're real. We're just trying to be ourselves. So I don't know that, the stuff that he enjoys, I might not enjoy. Like, he likes to go to the club. I want to go to a lounge. I want to be able to talk to people. I like talking.
Yeah.
Travis trying to dance, right? I think
He really is.
yeah, like you see him in the end zone, that's his game. I think, but at the same time,
too.
yeah, no doubt. But at the same time, we're very, very similar. Like I think that material things are different, but as people, we're integrity driven, we're honest, we're ourselves. So there's a lot of similarities.
What up, Rebecca?
Do you think championships are like? I asked that question because
MGNT culture.
I know it's like
What up, brother?
NBA title. What's it like to win the Super Bowl? You think it's similar? The feeling.
There's so many more people. Well, I know. What do I know?
Yeah. So,
Why am I being?
Well, I don't know what it's like to win a basketball championship, but I think it's probably similar. I mean, you're on top of the world, and you've done it with a group of guys that any championship team, if you go that far, is going to develop an insane bond. And when you have that piece of hardware, it's entrenched forever. You know what I mean? Like that team is entrenched. I'll tell you from both sides, from my perspective. I've won it myself, and I've seen my brother win it, and I've lost it myself. Winning it, I mean, the people that make the movies are very good.
yeah, they are.
I still remember the last play of the game. Tom Brady goes back, he throws a pass, Hail Mary, and it literally felt like that entire Minnesota stadium was silent.
Oh man.
And the ball felt like it was hanging up there forever.
Oh, yeah.
It drops,
Me too.
and you realize you're a world champion. And everything selfishly, you're looking back to like everything you had to do to get there. Everything that.
Did you cry?
Yes, I almost cried right now thinking about it. But
Do it.
Nah.
I didn't cry, but somebody poked me in my eye.
No, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you think so? It's more of an intrinsic. When you win it, and you're thinking, man, everything happened like flashes in an instant in your head, and you're like, and it's a very visceral, emotional moment. And then you start thinking about your teammates and everybody around you, and you see your coach, and you know, it's a very big deal.
And your mom's there, and then you see your wife, and
my brother, he was there.
Oh
so
man.
when your brother wins it, it's a very different feeling because you're so immensely happy for someone that you love, and it's not it's a very external happiness, and it's hard to explain, but it's a different level. Losing a Super Bowl, probably one of the worst things. Highly don't recommend doing that. It sucks. Losing a champion, going all that way,
And playing
like
so
I said,
well.
when you win it, you have it cemented.
Yes.
When you go all that way and you lose it, it's
Yes.
we were so fucking close.
He was just talking about the Pistons series.
Yeah.
Two-part question. I know the love you have for your brother, and people should love their brother. You have one, he has three. Has he ever tried to big boy you?
He's
Wait,
two.
well, he's foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Has he ever tried to like big boy you? Playfully.
In
maybe?
Campbell's
I think-
soup commercials, he
I
has.
think if I ever tried to, like, rib him, I think he would do it. But I think
I mean, again,
he's already so ahead of me. Like, what's he gonna flash his rings? Then he's gonna show his stats. Then he's gonna, he's got more Pro Bowls, All Pros.
He's going to, by the way, on the most famous person.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go down in history as probably, I mean, no offense to all the other tight ends and Tony and Gronk. I mean, he's up there for the greatest ever. I've been very good at center. I don't think that I am in the conversation for greatest center ever. And it's a different position, too, where you can name...
That's not for you to
10,
say. I'm not saying you are. Fuck all that you're talking about. I'm saying you are. You're great. You're so good.
Well, you're actually part of, like, the offensive lineman era where there are analytics where you can actually
I've
compare.
been very lucky. No, seriously.
No, I
He
need
loves
to,
analytics.
no, I'm an Eagles fan. And he is capable of doing things that other centers from other eras are not capable
And
of.
that's why I tell you legend.
He had a faster 10-yard split. Most running. Like, I used to watch footage of him outrunning running backs down the field.
Yup.
It's a 10-yard split.
So when you run the 40-yard dash, the 10 yards, the first 10 really show how explosive you are.
Yup.
Like yours would have been
Long strides.
But it is crazy to think about Travis's career where, like, he was with Alex Smith. He was a really, really good tight end. And now, Tony Gonzalez, Shannon Sharp, Kellen Winslow, like, he's past it. Wow. All right, I'm going to try some of the big chicken with this. Hellman's.
Helmets.
Oh,
I think there's a business partnership here. So I've seen Shaq recently get a lot of people involved in Reebok.
when I first came to the NFL, that was the
jersey.
That was the primary NFL sponsor.
I believe
And Adidas bought us out, moved us out the way, but we're coming back. When I'm looking for a great assistant, I want the best of the best. My championship career wasn't built with mediocre teammates. So that's why, when I need to hire, I use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's matching technology shows you qualified candidates immediately after you post your job. In fact, over 20.
holy.
And that's because my favorite word in life is delegation.
My idea.
Yes.
One of the highest selling shoes for every sneaker company is the dad shoe. But I don't think any shoe has officially marketed themselves as the dad shoe.
They're just known as it, yeah.
And I think Jason Kelsey could be the face of the dad shoe.
If you need something, I mean, listen,
I like it.
Do you like this idea?
I love it.
I love it too.
1% is all I ask. But I think you'd be
1%. Putting the deal together.
1%.
you know me, I don't try to win the deal. I just want to be a part of it.
Facilitate it.
Yeah.
I don't even get 1%.
No, besides, the materials were better when Reebok was there. I mean,
Really?
Listen, I think Nike was phenomenal. They started to go very cheap.
Interesting.
And I wear Nike cleats that they stopped making 10 years ago. I don't wear any of the new Nike cleats. The jerseys, listen, I respect Nike as a brand. Reebok, everything was better out there.
Ooh, thanks. So, I think it was either Aristotle or Mike.
I got the wild.
I think it was either Aristotle or Mike Jones who said back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. I would imagine that you got ignored for a lot of your career by a lot of different things and people. And I think they've all come forward. And I was curious what that experience is like.
What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
You know, you're not really asked to come to Super Bowl Radio Row as a singer.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a little bit different, yeah.
You're not asked to work with brands as a singer.
I don't hold any grudges like that. I mean, yeah, you gotta earn it. You gotta, as a young offensive lineman who hadn't done anything yet, why would anybody want to have me do anything like that, right? So I'm very prideful of where I have come and how far I've come, right? And you just talked about offensive linemen. There's not a lot of offensive linemen that get notoriety at all.
At all.
So for me to represent a group that largely, they put a lot of work in, not a lot of attention. We're at a time where offensive linemen, some of them have the best personalities in the NFL.
Absolutely.
And podcasting, all the media now, it allows these guys to show them. I think it'll be really good for that position.
This episode of Big Podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. As someone who's found success through teamwork, I've seen the benefits of letting others help me. It's a big part of my daily self-care routine. And speaking of self-care, my friends at BetterHelp want to help you. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. It's easy. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So become your own soulmates whenever you're looking for one or not. Visit BetterHelp.com/Shaq today to get 10% off of your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/Shaq. And did your brother start off as a lineman? Because my question is, how did he get to be the great tight end that he is?
He started out at quarterback, that's why.
Quarterback.
And he played basketball. Most of the best football players I know play basketball.
So do you
especially tight ends.
Do you know what
Tony
Shaq's
Gonzalez,
position was?
Oh, say that again, especially what?
Especially tight ends.
Because I played football in high school. Not as low level, but I was a tight end, and we had a play called alley.
Yeah.
Chasing to the yards out. I actually told my
And Mike has sat here and said you would have been a tackle. You're not a good enough mover.
I have never understood why NFL teams don't just have somebody who's 7 foot for red zone situations and just throw the ball to
This is
him.
exactly
How
what
do you defend it?
we were texting during the year, and you were like, I really like brotherly shove. I'm done with the name Tush Push.
Yeah.
But the debate was not stop.
Brotherly shove?
Brotherly shove is cold.
It is, man. That's nice. But hold on. Tush Push is...
It's not bad. It's got a nice... I mean, it rhymes.
It's also dangerous. Charles Barkley knows the name Tush
Oh,
Push.
yes, it does. Chuck? You mean debating in terms of like how fair it is or the name?
Let's start with the name.
I mean, the name is, you can call it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's a quarterback sneak to me. You want to call it Tush Push, Brotherly Shove, whatever you want to call it.
You said on your podcast, again, New Heights, which obviously all of you guys have watched already.
Yes, we have.
You said, and I love this, was it an assembly of men?
Yeah. Organized mass.
Organized mass.
I stole that from another Scotsman named Richie Gray, rugby. His title, he goes around to different teams. His title is collision expert.
Wow.
Collision expert.
But all he does is focus on how to improve the angle and ways to tackle better, ways to...
I have to imagine other teams have brought this guy in.
He's been all over.
So then why is it a combination of you and Jay? I mean, look, and Landon's huge and Mailata. Why did it work so much more with y'all?
I think it's more organized with the way Stout coaches it than most teams. This isn't a play you have to practice. So
you hurt people.
Yeah, it's scoring the quarterback. You don't just want to expose that, right? And Stout is very detailed on how he coaches it. Even when you're walking through, he's very detailed on how you're walking through it. I think most teams just kind of line up and run it from an offensive line's perspective. You call it a wedge block, but you're not detailed on how that wedge block is done. And the quarterback, he needs to be in tune with how the offensive line is doing. So I think we're very detailed. And then plus, because you don't get times to practice it, we've run it so much that our rep count versus the defense who's not practicing it is, we've run it probably 4 or 5 times as much as anybody in the league at this point.
Yeah.
So that helps.
the #1 high school in Cleveland Heights offers you a coaching job.
Cleveland Heights.
Yes, a college offers you a head coaching job. An NFL team offers you assistant head coach job. Do you take it? #1 school in Cleveland Heights. Nice football program. A lot of players.
If it was a #1 school in Philadelphia, I might take it.
Families.
Yeah, my wife, my in-laws come out. I'm Philly right now. Yeah, Lisa and Ed, we would be lost without their help with our girls and everything. So, Cleveland Heights would be something though. NFL, that's a big time for me. College, no. It's too much. You got to recruit. You got to coach. You'll never be with your family. I feel like the best 2 levels of coaching are high school, where you get to develop kids and really form them and help them grow into men and offer that guidance. And then in the NFL, you get to compete at the highest level. But it's still a time commitment in the NFL, but that's where, like, financially it kind of makes sense with the time commitment.
I know you're a sports fan. I like to ask this question. What do you remember from Shaq's career?
I remember the most dominating big man I've ever seen play the game. And not only, I remember it 2 different parts. Because I remember the Lakers, and I remember the second half of the career, which was incredibly dominant in the paint and just overwhelming power at all times. But I also remember the athleticism in Orlando, where he's running
You see that, Micah? Micah said I had no athleticism.
What?
Yes.
See, he's young. He doesn't remember Orlando.
That's right.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember.
Pinstripes, bro.
Yes. Yeah.
Pinstripes.
That's right. But he doesn't remember what's the movie. I can't think of the name right now.
Blue
Chips. He wasn't around for it.
No.
You and your brother have discipline that I'm familiar with. So my question is, was your dad hard on you too?
Yes.
Very hard.
He was hard. He was honest. He was.
You have a connection. You have a connection.
Bro, we're from the same place.
So I'm studying as a new dad, and I'm like, how hard do I have to be on this kid? I would actually love for your advice on
it's
this.
different.
I'm new. I don't.
Wow, you both just were like, nah.
No, because
So you don't want my son to be a professional
I don't like
athlete?
giving parenting advice. I think you love your children, and you're honest with them, and you keep them accountable. But I've read books and I've tried like all this stuff, and I think most parents are just figuring it out. And if you approach it with the overall mentality that you love them, and you're gonna hold them accountable and keep them and be honest with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
That's
know.
what's important.
Yeah, to me.
I've never ever had to spank my kids. Like I was a high level juvenile delinquent. I was a follower. So basically, my dad's disciplining was first developing me to a leader. And he was always saying, "You're not gonna be out here getting in trouble like I did." And he would touch me up, and I'm glad he did. The best part of our game day is the food.
Bro, Shaq.
One of the
Ass, bro.
One of my favorite dishes is a big chicken sandwich. What some people don't know is that the secret ingredient for rich and creamy flavored dishes like buffalo chicken dip, onion dip, sandwiches, and pasta salads is Hellman's real mayonnaise. Hellman's doesn't just have
What up, Stello?
mayo. They also have flavor dressing like spicy mayo, which pairs great with the big chicken sandwich. They got garlic aioli on your fries. So make every dish rich.
I'm too locked in, bro. I'm missing everybody coming in.
Delicious recipes. That's Hellman's.com.
Leftover chicken, scallions, cheese. What are we gonna make with this? Mayo. Hellman's. You can talk.
Yeah, I'm an emotional person.
Got it.
Yeah, Shaq went viral because he said, in no circumstances should you, because they'll throw it back in your face.
I get it. I would love to hide it, but I'm bad at hiding it. For some reason, I cried like a baby when I gave speeches to the team. I have great respect. This is another thing. Somebody said something about it in the paper about it's like toxic masculinity, or this is what's wrong. We can't be emotional in front of people. And I have nothing wrong with people that are emotional, but people that can control their emotions and release them at the right time or in the right moment, that is a great sign of self-control and So I don't have that. I am very emotional, unfortunately. And I mean, sometimes it leads to these incredible highs, and it's like gives me stronger.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's like, should probably stop being a little baby, but that's the way it works.
Yeah, but I was explaining, like, a comedian friend of mine asked the question, who do you talk to? And I was explaining to him is, we're blessed.
Yeah.
Right? So, the problems that we think we have, are they really problems? Yeah. On the way over here, I saw 7 homeless people. This is Super Bowl weekend. I flew here private. All my boys. Hopefully I'm in a suite next to Taylor Swift. So my little problems, are they really problems? So I'm able to go home and be like, shut the hell up. Yeah. Whine it. Yeah. House is 70,000 square feet. You got a chef. And then I can hear my father talking, man up. Because now, when I was married, I don't want my wife already dealing with a lot. Yeah, how crazy. The babies, this and that, the internet, and that. I don't want to put more pressure on it. So that's why I never, that's why I always held it to myself. But for some reason, it's just going viral. And toxic, not I wouldn't call it toxic, it's just that I care about people. And I'm blessed. I'm super blessed. Is it really a problem?
But to me, that should be, what you just explained is you have the self-awareness of, first of all, you can control that emotion. And then you can look at it reflectively and say, life ain't that bad. It's pretty damn good, right? And
there's certain emotions I can deal with, but I don't let them drive me crazy. Like I explained to him, when my sister passed away and Kobe passed away, it was my fault. Not their death, it was my fault because as the leader, as a guy, I could have called and said, Kobe, what's up? I could have called my sister and said, hey, I love you, but I'm working, so it's my fault that you didn't take time to take 2 minutes just to say I love you or I miss you. So I deal with that every day, but it's like, again, it's people with way more problems than me. So I'm not gonna sit there and say, I deal with it, and then you just move on. But it's going like it's been on every talk show. The Shay and World Star Hip Hop, The View. And they all got something to say, but it's just
none of that means nothing. There's a bunch of people saying nonsense.
Yeah, but I can tell by you, your brother, I think Guac is in that category. I can tell who was raised by. I can tell. Like I can tell, like just by watching.
What do I seem like?
Yeah, you like that too. Like
I wasn't sure.
Like you have great discipline. Now, when I say great father, it's not about this. It's about being somebody strong.
No,
like
Bruce is the man.
Like my father, even though I got spanked a lot, he always had a message. The message that still resonates with me today. I was telling him when my chef makes a sandwich, 1 slice of turkey, 1 slice of cheese, and some Hellman's mayonnaise. My chef would get, hey bro, growing up, I couldn't have 7 pieces of turkey. Take that 1 slice of turkey and cheese, there's Hellman's mayonnaise.
You might just have a Hellman's.
It don't matter, but that's just the way it is.
If you had to designate someone the Shaq of the NFL, and not just current, but all time, who would have that designation?
That's a good question.
Thanks.
So first of all, we did do a team of building an NFL team from other sports, and Shaq was on my team. I just want to say that. So,
how old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay, so you're young, but I was going to call you big boy.
So, man, I don't.
Well,
Trying to think of
the similar size. I mean, like
nobody was your size.
That's the thing is Aaron Donald's dominant, but he's not big and
I think of a big, overpowering, just
Dominican Sue, but I don't think he dominated as much as Shaq did. Sapp was really dominant.
Reggie White.
Reggie White is that's it. That's the one.
excuse me.
It's either Reggie
That's
White.
a hell of a.
It's a great one, and that's it.
Refrigerator's not at your level.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would pick a tackle, but most tackles don't.
Like a
exert
Jonathan
that
Ogden.
Yeah, exactly. But they don't. It's not the same level of.
But you were going to talk about Reggie White there.
Well, I think that's the best one. You knocked out of the park with that.
Ray Lewis.
Different.
Understand.
Ray was very explosively powerful, but in terms of the explosion and just the overwhelming force.
Yes.
And the athleticism combined with it, I don't know that there's anybody else.
The reason that it's like Reggie is you had clips that nobody else could do, that you could go through a chest. Reggie has clips where he's knocking an offensive lineman into the quarterback.
Not just an offensive lineman, like Larry Allen, like the best offensive tackle of all time.
Also, when barely over that because it was a moment for me to happen. It was like I was scared when I first saw Michael Jordan. So my question to you is: anybody, high school, college, pros, anybody like when you first see him, like, oh my God!
I think the first time you play any of these greats, there's a certain level of fear. And hopefully, it's a healthy fear, right? Like, I don't subscribe to like, you know, if you're afraid that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's one of the reactions to that. I've played a lot of my best games where I am like, it's a respect that this dude can beat. So you prepare harder. The hair on your neck stands up a little bit higher. For me, it's always when I play the big guys that I've never seen before play against. Dominic Sue when he was in Detroit. Aaron Donald with the Rams. And there's been a bunch of those guards. Limbaugh Joseph. The list goes on. Whenever you're playing those players, and you know that they are the best.